Hello friends and floofs, welcome back. I'm going to do another speed drawing of the Hytale Emotes that we started a few weeks ago. I think it was 2 weeks ago or a week ago. I can't even remember now. I'm so frazzled. But yeah, we're doing another speed drawing. I'm going to run it now. There was the sketch part that completely got taken off YouTube because unfortunately Ghibli music started playing. And yeah, obviously YouTube didn't allow that. I didn't think about it at the time. I wasn't conscious of it. I was just listening to it and being in the zone. So I just let it run, and then unfortunately that footage was completely lost. So we are starting from the line work effect stage. But yeah, we'll just get into it. So I made the Hytale Emotes for the Discord server initially. However, I did run into a little bit of an issue. So I did the line work as a raster layer and not a vector layer, as I had previously thought. So when it came to like editing the line work and stuff later on, I was like, crud, I haven't done it on the right the right type of layer. So unfortunately I do have to edit the line work again and just go over them once more. But once I finish that, I'll get them up in the Discord and we can use them for when we play Hytale on Sundays, which is so much fun. I love that game. But yeah, she's based on my character that I have in the game. Obviously I've got her little outfit and stuff going on, and I've got the standard sort of the kind of like basic emotes that I tend to go for are the ones with like a happy one, like a chill kind of nonchalant one, and then like the crying and the this is fine. I love the this is fine one, or the really sad one where they're like lying on the floor and like completely void of life, because we all feel like that from time to time. But yeah, so I thought her color for her skin was actually quite dark when I first applied it, but once all the colors went on, she looked really good. And she looked much like my avatar in the game, which is great. I might make some to sell as like sort of generic looking Hytale characters, but there's so much in the character creation side of things that's actually really in depth. So you can have so many different ones. So I don't know that I could ever do it justice for emotes to like sell. But yeah, I loved her. She came out really nice. But yeah, as I said, this is a speed drawing. If you've watched my speed drawing previously, I like to do condense all my streams into like a small speed drawing and then have it up with me just rambling over the top. So unfortunately, you do get me rambling over the top. I do apologize. Last time, I think I talked about like the last 2 years of my life and how things have been going, where I wanted my channel to go, all of that kind of stuff. So I wasn't really sure kind of what subjects to talk about, because most of it of the me side of things and the kind of my introduction to the channel had kind of been done. And I did think about like reading some of the story that I'm writing, because I'm currently writing a novel. And then I thought, well, no, because I really don't want it plagiarized. So I'm kind of keeping that under wraps, I think. I can say that it's kind of like if Avatar and Pokemon were in the world of Game of Thrones. Like, it's kind of like, maybe not too Game of Thrones. Like, there's not going to be, it's gritty and adult, but also whimsical and a little childish in places. And there are monsters that they can use to their advantage, than elements that all have like a certain thing. So yeah, it's coming along really well. Like, I'm thoroughly impressed with it. But I definitely need some time to like put in and write more, which I'm gonna try and do on the weekends. So yeah, I'll go into my streaming schedule. So obviously I'm on UK time. It is down at the bottom. That's a new thing as well. I'm gonna have that instead of Spotify now, because I don't want it running into playlists where it starts playing music I'm not allowed to play on Spotify. So I got a little lo-fi thing down there from Discord, and I'm just gonna use that from now on. So yeah, I normally stream from 10 a.m. till around 3 to 4 p.m. morning times, and that's when I do the art. And they're kind of quiet and cozy, but that's how I like it. I don't mind it. Like, I like it quiet and cozy in the mornings. It gives me time to kind of work up to the stuff in the day that I need to do, and then later on with my son when he comes home from school. And then in the evenings when he's in bed, I start streaming from 8 p.m. and I do gaming streams. I kind of went against the grain. I know a lot of like people will tell you, like, if when you're making your channel, have one niche, don't like have multiple things, like have different channels for different things. I'm a tiny streamer. I am barely a speck I am barely a speck on the sand under the ocean of content creation. So I really don't care about that. I'm going to just do one channel and I'm going to focus on the two things I love, because there's one thing I know. There are people out there that enjoy the games I enjoy and enjoy art. I know this because I exist. So I thought, there are going to be people that eventually the algorithm will find that wider audience that can appreciate the stuff that I do and the way that I play games, and how I can be calm and collected and chill, and I can also be energetic and stupid and ridiculously silly, as you've seen likely in my Anjanaf video, which I couldn't help but laugh at. But yeah, it's just one of those things. Like I just generally, at the moment, I'm gaming with Monster Hunter because I want to get through 1 and 2. And I will complete them. I'm telling myself this because if I say it enough, I know I will. I will complete them, and then I will move on to Monster Hunter 3 come launch day. I'm also going to be streaming when that comes out, Tomodachi Life, because I love that game. And it's really cool and it's so much fun. And I used to have it on the DS version. And it just cracked us up. It cracked us all up. I played it with my friends and my husband, a boyfriend at the time, now husband. And we got married in the game, and then I broke up with him because he gave me a kebab. In the game, not in real life. But yeah, that was hilarious. And we just, we definitely need to play it again. I think what I'm going to do is when it comes out, oh gosh, when is it coming out? I'll have to check that out. When it comes out, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to do special sort of a subathon kind of thing with it. And like for any subs that I get while I run it, they can have a character in game and they can design it however they want. So, you can give me like a little checklist of what color hair you like, what, da 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 da. And I'll just do it like that. But yeah, I think that'll be a lot of fun. I might turn the music up just a touch because I don't know that you can hear it as well as I would like, but I also don't want it really loud. I just kind of like it playing in the background. So yeah, I've moved on to the color stage of my emotes. They're getting their little base colors down. It's a shame the sketch work didn't come through, but it is what it is. Everyone makes mistakes. I know, I've made plenty. But yeah, she's cool. Little arcane Erica. Hytale's so much fun. We really did have a blast. We are still having a blast. I've got a couple people in the community who are building these like immense structures, and I've just got this like, what I say, tiny tavern. It kind of evolved, but I've got this like small tavern that you can go up the ladder, and there's like a treetop house made out of like bamboo and everything, and I went around on the outside and did like some scaffolding so that I could go around and put all these leaves everywhere. I've still got a few patchy bits I need to sort out, but as and when. I think this time we're going to do some raiding this weekend, which will be fun. Because we haven't done some raiding in a while. It's mostly been creating stuff and building things, which is also fun. I did have to remove some mods, because unfortunately since the new patch, some of the mods broke. And were causing issues in the server, which is what it is. So I've removed those mods, and now the server stability is better. And then I'll put them back in once they've been updated. But no, it's a great game. They're all great games at the moment. Oh my god, there's so many games coming out this year that I want as well. What was the had a list somewhere. Hold on, let me find my list of games that I'm excited for 2026. Because basically, I think I put it here. Let me just have a quick look-see. Oh yeah, so my top 5 from the Nintendo Direct are The Adventures of Elliot, The Millennium Tales. I think that one looks great. I do want Digimon Story Time Stranger on Switch too, because I like Digimon. Call me old-fashioned. I like Pokemon and Digimon. Paranormasight, I think it's called, The Mermaid's Curse. That one really interested me because I had no idea. I'd never heard of it, didn't know it was coming. And it gives me the same vibes. If you guys ever played the DS game, so like, I think it was called like Room 301, and it was like a detective game, and all the characters were like pencil drawn. You went around and had to like lift cabinets and find little pieces of paper and go around and question everybody and find out like what had happened in this hotel. And it was just absolutely incredible. The story was amazing. The game was just insanely good. And then they made another one about a phantom girl. She's like a ghost, but I don't think she realizes she's a ghost. It was a long time since I played it. And you have to kind of tell her story and find out how she died. And that one was incredible. I think she does realize she's a ghost, but I think like right at the start she's like, I'm a ghost. Anyway, I digress. So yeah, that reminded me of those games. So I'm really looking forward to Paranormal Sight. And then Pragmata, which just looks amazing. I love the idea of battling against AI robots that have turned nasty while being aided by clearly an AI robot that doesn't know quite what she is yet. I have a feeling that story is going to be really sad, which is probably going to kill me, but it is what it is. We will find out. And of course, Monster Hunter Stories 3. So those are some of the Nintendo games I'm really looking forward to this year. Then we've got Ritual Tides, which is a horror game I'm really looking forward to this year. That one's going to be immense. Like, there's so much buzz about it already. If you haven't heard about it, like, where have you been? Ritual Tides looks absolutely incredible. I did do some emotes for that as well, which I've done on my YouTube channel. So if you look through Ritual Tides stuff, you'll be able to find it. I also did a trailer breakdown of theories that I've had from being in the Discord and seeing the stuff that is posted regularly. I have developed kind of a bit of a theory about certain factors. I'm probably wrong. I might be wrong. I might be right. Who knows? But yeah, it just looks so freaking scary. And it sounds like the story is going to be amazing. Also, Daz is in it. I don't know if you watch Daz Black. I do. I love him. I think he's fantastic. Really funny guy. Very genuine. But yeah, he's in it. He plays one of the characters. Philium, something like that. I'm probably pronouncing that wrong. But he's an interesting character. But yeah, I think we've got to the part where now I'm just going over doing shading and things, I think, and just touching up bits. Oh yeah, I forgot all the acorn earrings. And then I was like, oh, I've done all this colouring and forgot all the acorns. Because she's got little acorn earrings. Because they were the only earrings available at the time. So once there's more, I'll probably change them. But she's cute. She was fun to do. I loved her square face as well. Oh. If you saw peanuts just fall from the screen, I'm sorry. When I stream on Twitch, obviously I have like rewards and redeems and things like that that people can do. But one of them is Anya, because I love Spy Family, and one of them is Anya yelling peanuts, and peanuts fall from the sky. But yeah, just quirky little things that people can use. But yeah, it was a lot of fun to draw, and Hytale is a lot of fun to play. And there's a lot of things for this year that I'm really looking forward to. There are obviously like some crazy stuff going on in the world right now. I'm not going to go into it all. We've all heard it. We've all seen it. We all know what's going on. I like this space to be chill and to unwind and be able to kind of just have fun and just enjoy yourselves while you're here. Because we're only on this planet for one lifetime. And, well, maybe more, depending. Who knows what happens when we die. I have my own beliefs there. Probably not the same as most other people's, but I wouldn't say I'm a spiritualist. I would say I have my own series. And I think, oh, crap. Dropped my phone, I'm sorry. I don't believe in God. I don't believe in a higher power. I believe that there are things. I do believe in a soul, though. It's hard to kind of explain. I don't believe in a heaven or a hell, but I believe that everyone has like an essence, and that when you die, you become all-knowing, and that essence or the soul is more like a frequency, and you'll be able to, depending obviously on how you die, like if it's a traumatic death and everything, you could get locked. I believe in ghosts, basically. I've had enough experiences with ghosts to believe in ghosts. That's something I can talk about. I won't do it this stream. Next stream, maybe when I do like not the poogies. I think when I do like a creepy thing, I'll draw a creepy thing eventually. And I think what I'll do is I'll tell you my ghost stories. So I lived in a haunted house for 15 years. And the weirdest thing is, like, I wouldn't say I was or was not a believer. I believed that people believed there were ghosts, and I just hadn't experienced anything real. I had some experiences when I was little, but I hadn't put it down to ghosts when I was little at all. I didn't know what it was. And then I found out the truth behind that after doing some research when I was older, and that was mad, and I'll get into that too. But yeah, next time I do like a creepy stream, I will tell that ghost story. Remind me so I don't forget, because I've got it all written down. I've taken a log of it, and all my accounts were completely documented, because we also had paranormal investigators in. It was that intense, but it was a good kind of intense. And I had friends who experienced it too. So, like, I wasn't the only one experiencing these things in my house. Other people experienced them as well. And it's weird because when I moved, I realized that I kind of missed the activity. They weren't aggressive or anything like that. They were almost friendly. There was a time they told me off, but I did something bad and I deserved it, and I respected them for having done so. And I think that was the weird thing, is like I respected them being there, and then they were totally chill with me. It was really weird. But I don't know, like after that, like genuinely, yes, ghosts are real, can attest to that from having those experiences. So yeah, at one point I'll tell you that ghost story because that's really cool. But yeah, we've got like poor Dusty. He's so on my screen. So I've got my screen that obviously has the recording on, and I have an overlay to obviously go over the previous overlay that I had for the streams, because you don't want to watch me going but on my other screen I've obviously got the video playing, and it's all sped up, and Dusty's little face in the background where he's all sped up is just so terrible. But he's a little cutie. Love him. Love you, Dusty. But yeah, it's ghosts, man. Do you believe in ghosts? Maybe, maybe not. Have you had an experience? You know, if you had a ghost experience, drop it in the comments, because I'd love to know, because I love hearing about people's ghost stories, or just weird coincidences that you can't put down to anything. And even if you're religious and you've had like some sort of religious epiphany, like absolutely put it in. I respect religion. I have no problem with people believing what they believe. That's you know, everyone has different beliefs and everyone has their own truths, and a lot of it comes down to having different experiences. And I'm one of these people that I appreciate people sharing those experiences, even if we don't always agree with each other's opinions or experiences. I respect that you have an opinion or experience that's different to mine, and I am more than happy to listen to it and think about it. Might not agree with it, might think you're a bit crazy, you might think I'm a bit crazy. It's all good. I know I'm a bit crazy. But yeah, I guess it's just, it is what it is. I get a bit nervous today. I don't know why. I've kind of been feeling, I think it's because, yeah, do you know what? I think it's because more people are starting to view my content now. And it's starting to gain a little bit of traction. I say a fraction of a bit of traction, which is lovely. And it's something I didn't really expect to happen as fast as it has already. It's not like mind-blowing yet, but it is quite a bit of a shock, because I thought it would be like stagnant for years. I didn't think there'd be any growth, but watching the algorithm do its work is quite fascinating. So yeah, if you're new, welcome. Hi, thank you for being here. But yeah, I think that's why I'm a little bit nervous today. I'm not as on form, because the shock of it, of like, especially one of my shorts getting 25k views, because I was like, what? What is happening? And I know that's not a lot. But Like, I would say that's kind of a decent amount of people seeing my content out there and laughing at my stupidity and my reactions over eggs. But you know, if that's what brought you here, great, fantastic. I am a nut job. um, but yeah, I'm sure like it will bring more people who appreciate like both arts and games and things like that. But as it's bringing more people and more, I know more people. I'm conscious that more people are viewing my videos. I'm kind of like sat here like, what do I say? But I'm just gonna be real. I'm just gonna be myself. I am who I am, and you either like me or you don't, and that's okay. And I'm cool with that. I've gone through life making people happy and pissing people off. So really, it is what it is. You can't please everybody, and you can't always be the best version of yourself. Sometimes it takes time to get to a place where you either change your mind on something, or you realize that there's no changing your mind on that thing. And sometimes people aren't going to accept it, and that's okay. And it takes you years to get there, honestly. I was not the same person. I wasn't the same person 10 years ago, let alone 20. 20 years ago, I was completely different. So if any of you knew me, if anyone's here viewing me who thinks they know me at 20, jog on. You don't know shit. You knew past Tama. You don't know now. You don't know now, Tama. Life experiences do change you. You're still the same person with like the essence of you. You still have a lot of the same values, but sometimes your opinions on things change. And sometimes you realize that actually you were wrong about stuff, or maybe you were right all along. You know, again, it's just one of those things. We change, we grow, we learn. I'm not going to sit here if people come out of the woodwork and are like, you said this to me when we were teenagers, and we were teenagers. It's one of those things like 20 years ago, 10 years ago, you know, I was a different person. Life was very different, and I was going through different experiences. And now I feel I'm at a point in my life where I can chill, I can tone it down, and I can relax a bit more. And now I'm doing something I love, which I really appreciate. I loved this part. I was just kind of getting to the end of it now, where I just sort of started defining the emote features. I didn't like what I did with the lips. I do end up changing that. But yeah, it was fun. But yeah, we all go through different experiences. Don't rush through life. And don't think like at one point in your life, if everything feels bad, that it's going to always feel bad, because it won't. I've been in some dark places in my life, very dark places. And I came out a much more positive person at the end. I am way more positive than I used to be. I used to be quite negative at times. And now, completely flipped, because I went through all those dark things. I experienced them, and I experienced them and came out the other side on top. And that's really the difference, is, you know, you try and come out on the other side on top, because you will get there. And when they say, you know, every cloud has a silver lining, they're not joking. It does. But yeah, I think we're coming up to the end of the stream now. It's gonna finish soon. I feel I've rambled enough anyway. I appreciate you all being here and taking the time to check out my little Hytale emotes, and me as a person. You know, if you stop or you decide to give us a like or a follow, like, great, fantastic, that'd be fantastic. If not, and you decide to move along, great too. I appreciate you just stopping by. But yeah, leave a comment down below if you've had any ghostly experiences, and I'll see you all again soon. Bye bye.